Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
All right, let's get juiced on a Wednesday here. Morning Juice to you. Bobby Carpenter, Bodie Wells with you. Got a big show lined up for you. John Gerber is going to join us in the 7 o'clock hour to talk about the British Open. I still call it the British Open, Bob. I don't care what people call it. They call it the Open Championship. That's pretentious. It's the British Open. Also, we'll have Austin Ward on, talk Ohio State football at 7:20. That should be a lot of fun. But lots going on in college football we can talk about. We got some Jake Diebler sound coming up from yesterday. How are you bright and early on this Wednesday morning, Bob?
Well, Thitoff, every day I get to see you in the morning, I feel so much better about myself. It just really brightens my day.
That feels maybe not so true.
Satirical?
Maybe.
Sure.
It's good to see you, though. Bodie, how are you today, my friend?
Tito, I am doing great.
I appreciate it.
My neck hurts a little bit. I think I just slept on it wrong.
Oh.
But that's all right. We'll get through it. Nothing too bad. 1 to 10, maybe. Call it a 4. It does hurt a little bit.
Wow. Okay. We are 15 days until the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. We are 38 days until the first 4 college football games. 45 days till OSU, Texas. 50 days until the start of the NFL. Why was a sigh, Bob?
Because you guys keep counting that off.
It bothers you?
It just exhausts me. I've told you this multiple times.
But I think it makes it longer. If you keep counting it down, I think it makes it feel longer away.
That's not what she said. And we did this with Shark, and then it just happened. So I don't need to hear it. I would just rather walk in, wading into a warm bath with a hairdryer waiting above it. That's how I'd like for it to go.
Okay, Bobby, I will stop doing it. Tomorrow we'll not do that, okay? Or maybe on Friday when you're not here. Maybe we'll do it then.
You can do it on Friday when I'm out.
Okay, that's fine. All-Star game last night. Are we a sports talk radio show if neither one of us watched a single play in the All-Star game?
How do you know I didn't watch the whole thing?
Because I don't think you did.
You're correct.
Yes. Do you know how it ended?
Hopefully not in a tie like it did the one time.
It was tied after 9 innings. They have a new format. They have a home run derby kind of thing.
Sounds great. Why don't they just flip a coin?
That's what they should do, Bob.
What they should do is just have a duel.
That's a great call.
Guys go out there. They have 2 pistols on the field. Have guys just have a draw.
They
Why
took
not?
3 players from each team. Each player got 3 swings, and the teams alternated. And the team with the most home runs won the All-Star game, and the National League won the game.
Who pitches to him?
I don't know who pitched. I didn't see it. I don't know.
I didn't see it either. Nope.
It's a great show. It's a good start by us here.
So we're gonna have a home run derby during the game.
If you give it about 3 or 4 minutes, we could find out because SportsCenter is re-airing
he was going to tell me.
So.
He was going to tell us the chat because our chatters always come through. There's somebody out there who watched this show, watched the All-Star game. I'm sorry, somebody out there who did that, and they will tell us in the chat. I bet, Bobby, before we get done with this day in history, we will know.
The AL scored 6 runs from the 7th on.
Yeah,
They scored 4 in the 7th and 2 more in the 9th.
It was
Who's
6.
their closer?
I don't know who it was.
I mean, that's just atrocious.
Same guy who was throwing BP in the home run derby at the end.
I guess.
Probably.
Did you see when was it? Who was the guy? Was it Cal Raleigh whose dad hit him in the home run derby?
Cal Ripken?
Whose dad hit him. His dad was pitching to him in the home run derby.
Plunked him?
And plunked him.
Well, good. He probably had coming from when he was like 13,
right approach.
13, 14 years old.
I'd probably send the message to you if I was doing that. I would absolutely do that.
Do we think that Manfred had paid someone to get to the closer, maybe to throw a couple grapefruits out there to see just so we get to this new format that everybody would love?
It could be. Bob, that would make sense. Look, the All-Star game's dumb. Manfred was upset, too, by the way, that so many players opted out of it. There were a lot of pitchers that opted out because they pitched on Saturday and didn't want to miss their turn in the rotation when they come back. And then there were players.
It's impossible to get 300 wins now because they only pitch 4.5 innings a game.
And then also some other players opted out, saying that, position players, because they wanted to just get their body ready for the second half of the season.
Body ready? You got to be kidding me. There's no sport that's less taxing than playing,
Is baseball less taxing than golf?
Golf's an activity.
Okay. All right.
If you don't have to run while you're playing it,
right,
or do anything explosive, and swinging a golf club is a highly curated skill.
Yes.
But if at 52 years old you can go compete against the best players in the world and beat them all, probably doesn't require the same requisite level of athleticism as other sports.
So Manfred's playing about it, but
hitting a baseball doesn't even it's same as a golf swing. That's why Sean Casey was a great hitter. Terrible athlete.
Sure. Yeah, Sean Casey's a good one to bring up there. Sean Casey, John
Sean
Kruk.
Casey in his prime right now.
Oh, I'm sure you could. Yeah, absolutely you could. But the fact that, the commissioner's complaining about that, it doesn't look.
It's because they've de-emphasized it and no one cares.
No, yeah, right.
Go pay the guys $1 million a game to go play in it.
Sure, if you want to do that, yeah. But I'd say no one cares about it anymore. No one cares about the All-Star
game. Pay the guys $1 million
game.
to play in it, they'd play.
Right. Yeah, I think they would too. Well, I don't know, some of the guys probably would. But, Shohei still played, which was good, and Aaron Judge was there. Those ones people wanted to see. But anyway, that's what went on yesterday in sports. Really
this is
nothing
remarkable.
Else. What, you watching the home run part of it now?
They pulled the cage out for him like an actual home run derby.
Yeah.
They have...
I'm watching the TV over there. I don't have the same angle you do.
Oh, yeah, the TV's great right behind me. That's where it should be. But
I want to force the fun.
Can you see it off there?
I can see it off there.
This is amazing. They literally wheeled the gate out.
The pitching thing, yeah.
Oh, gosh. That's
Maybe that'd make it more interesting.
Yeah,
if they didn't put it out there and the 65-year-old pitching coach had to play his position a little bit.
Absolutely.
I think those are those pitching coaches or here's the problem.
I think so, yeah. Or, whatever.
Well, this guy doesn't have a name on his jersey because he plays for the Yankees?
Well, he plays for the name on the front, not the one on the back.
Right, yes, he does. The only good thing about the All-Star game
is that the coaches wear uniforms.
Starting next year, they're going back to wearing their own jerseys.
They have their own jerseys on right now.
Oh, they have them all the time.
I was going to say, it looked like they were last night.
I thought it was starting next year.
They all have their own jerseys on.
Okay, then I guess this year. That'd be the only good thing about the All-Star game because I used to love that as a kid. When I'd see
they wear their own jerseys. That is something that is a cool novelty that I do enjoy.
Yes. Not enough to watch it, though. None of the three of us.
I'm watching the best parts of it.
You're watching the best. Yeah, right. The highlights. See, Bobby, that's why I watch the movies and highlights. That's what I do, the same thing.
Baseball is a game of highlights.
That's what it is. You're right. But anyway, so National League, if you look on the box score, it says 6-6, but then it says National League won in a shootout, whatever you want to do there.
Won in a shootout.
All right. Bobby, let's make me smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
I already feel smarter, Bobby, because I didn't know about the uniform thing was this year. But you make me even smarter.
I can't wait for next year's when they wear their uniforms. And Bodie and I are watching this. I'm like, that dude says Mets across the front there.
It feels like it might be their own uniform.
That looks like he's wearing a Yankees uniform. Feels like it might be their actual uniforms. But, hey, who are we to judge? All right, it is July 16th, 197th day of the year, 168 remaining in this 2025. This date in 1970. With the signing of the Residence Act, the District of Columbia is established.
D.C.
D.C. Do you know where the capital was before then, Bodes?
Philadelphia?
I would have said Philadelphia, too.
New York City.
Was it really?
Yeah. Philadelphia's where I had Independence Hall and everything, but once we were a country, immediately prior to it was New York City. This date, 1861, at the order of President Lincoln, the Union Army marches 25 miles into Virginia for the first conflict in the Civil War with the Battle of Bull Run. He had to order it because none of his generals wanted to engage. And when
I'll do it myself.
Well, listen, listen. It's like Buddy Moon. Is that who it is? Not Buddy Moon.
Jackie Moon?
Jackie Moon.
Okay.
Jackie Moon. Sometimes you just got to do it yourself.
Yes.
I mean, when a country,
Thanos.
when part of your country secedes, and you're just like, we're at a war, but you're not willing to go in and actually do anything about it, are you really trying to stop it? So he's like, we've got to go in there. We're not waiting for them to attack us. Like, let's go in there and try to solve this problem. This day, 1935, the first parking meter is installed in Oklahoma City. Exactly. It was a bad trend. They kept on going. This day, 1941, Joe DiMaggio hits safely for the 56th straight time.
In 1941, Joe DiMaggio of the New York Yankees enthralled the baseball world with an extraordinary display of consistency and skill. His 56-game hitting streak remains one of the most celebrated records in Major League Baseball history. The streak captivated the nation, providing a morale boost during the grim days of World War II. DiMaggio's approach at the plate was a lesson in precision and focus. and it illuminated the rigorous mental preparations necessary to maintain such high performance. Analysts often describe it as a golden age of baseball, where DiMaggio's achievements not only elevated the sport but also left an indelible mark on its legacy. Experts still marvel at the endurance and skill required to achieve such a feat, making it a benchmark for generations of hitters to aspire to.
He cost himself some money, too, by the way.
Why is that?
Because if he would have gotten hit in the next game, there was a deal lined up with a company for him to get an endorsement deal. He would have gone to 57. Heinz.
They didn't respect 56, just 57.
Heinz 57 was going to do something with him if he got to 57, but he never did, so yeah.
You know what's amazing is they said Kyle Schwarber going 3 for 3 in the extra innings home run derby of the All-Star game was an equivalent feat.
Feels
the
like
stamina it took to get that done.
Yes.
Over three pitches. This day, 1945, the USS Indianapolis leaves San Francisco, bound for Tiananmen Island, with the bomb Little Boy on it. Ooh. You know what that was, Thitoff?
Well, I figured Big Boy's the one they launched on Hiroshima, right?
You don't know the names of the two bombs?
No.
I just gave you one of them.
Well, Little one of them?
Little Boy was the one.
Okay.
You know the name of the other one, Bodie?
I do not.
Fat Man.
Fat Man?
Fat Man and Little Boy were the name of the two atomic bombs that were dropped.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand how you don't know that.
How do you know? I don't even know. It was a bomb.
Maybe Mr. Bailey was a better history teacher for me in middle school than the one you had.
I had Mr. Wiggett in the 8th grade. I don't know who had Mr. Forsora. No, Forsora was Spanish. Who did I have in high school? I can't remember.
Terrible. This date, 1966. Hanky Panky by Tommy Jones and the Shondells hits number 1.
My baby does the hanky panky. My baby does the hanky panky. My baby does the...
You know what, Bodie? They just don't make them like they used to.
They really don't, Bob.
That was around the same time Chuck Berry did My Ding-a-Ling, another song. That was a good one, too.
Another banger.
That was a banger then.
This date, 1969. Apollo 11. Do you know the significance of Apollo 11?
Is that the one that blew up on the...
Challenger, you mean?
No, there's one that blew up. The one that had
the Challenger.
No, the Challenger blew up in the air. I thought there was one that had an accident
Apollo
on the
11
ground.
Was the one that hosted the first moonwalk.
Okay.
The first lunar landing.
Okay, but there was
Michael
one, though.
Jackson did
Michael Jackson first
moonwalk
moonwalk there, Bob. I don't want to correct you on your history, but that was Michael Jackson, I thought there's one that had an accident, though, on, before it took off.
But not Apollo 11.
Okay, I wasn't sure on that one.
That's one small step for man.
Apollo 11, this is the launch operations manager. The launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed. Thank you very much. No, it'll be a good one.
Neil Armstrong just reported back. It's been a real smooth countdown. We passed the 50-second mark. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff, 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
And I'm guessing in a couple days, they're going to have the first lunar landing.
Apollo 1 had a pre-flight. They were doing a pre-flight launch, a launch test during rehearsals, and there was a fire in there that killed the crew. That's what I was thinking of, Apollo 1.
10 Apollos later, they walked on the moon.
They figured it out.
They figured that thing out. And so we'll have one small step for man here in a few days. This date, 1977. Da-da Do Ron Ron by Sean Cassidy hits number 1.
Do Ron.
My heart stood still. Yes, her name was Jill. And when I walked her home, to do run, 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 to do run, run.
He had a pretty good raise. He was a big deal for a couple of years. He was in the Hardy Boys television show.
Yeah.
And he was on all these Tiger Beat magazines and things like that. He was the cover boy.
Did you, Bodie, have you ever heard any of those songs before you played them?
I had heard that one right there, I think. The one we played a minute ago, though, Tommy Jones, never heard that one.
Hanky Panky? Right, okay.
I've heard the rap version.
Just curious on that. This date, 1989, Don Mattingly hits his 4th Grand Slam of the season, and obviously 1989, or 1987 rather. In 1988, same day, Carl Lewis runs the 100 meters in 9.7 seconds.
Away first time. Johnson made a magnificent start. Lewis coming on strong. Linford Christie going well between them as well. It's Johnson in the lead. Johnson's going to win it. Lewis second, and the bronze medal for Linford Christie. And it's 9.79. The world record has gone again to Ben Johnson. Incredible.
Ben Johnson won that race,
but
and a short few days later, got popped for steroids, and they said, "Sorry, sir, that's not allowed."
Chemically enhanced fastest.
And then it went to Carl Lewis. Yep.
Okay, so we get Ben Johnson's on the podium getting a medal.
Yep.
Okay. Then a few days later, they say, "You know what? No, do they get the medal back from Ben Johnson?"
I'm sure.
I would imagine.
They say you've got to send it back in.
I'm sure.
I would think so.
Okay, and then they give it to Carl.
Yeah.
Do they do that? Did the 4th place person then get a bronze?
I would imagine.
I would
they
think
bump
so.
everybody.
I don't know.
You don't think?
I don't know.
I said I would think so.
I would think so too.
I would
but I don't
imagine
know.
everybody
Yeah.
bumped up. He was disqualified.
Okay, I didn't know if they would actually physically do that.
The chemically enhanced fastest man in the world. They're coming out with this. What do you know? What's called, Bodes? The steroid games.
I think they may have postponed. I'm not sure. But
Why?
Yes.
I need more time to juice. That's why.
That's what it was.
I want to see how. I want to test the bounds of the human opportunity, the human experience. See what they can do out there.
They're encouraging steroid use for that, Bodie. You're supposed to be
you
juiced
get bonuses if you
Yes.
break records.
If you break records,
okay.
you
The enhanced games start
Yes.
May 2026.
Okay, this is 2026. Okay.
I can't wait.
It'll be those behind the proposal claim it'll be the Olympics of the future.
Yes.
Allowing athletes to take drugs in a bid to break world records.
In a bit
Nice.
to start
awesome.
training to stave off the robot invasion. That's the only way we're ever going to be able to fight him off. Because on that same day, FloJo, Florence Griffiths Joyner, runs the 100 meters in 10.49.
We are back now. Olympic Stadium finals, women's 100 meters. The world record, 10:49, held by Florence Griffiths Joyner. And FloJo, of course, in the field here. She also holds the Olympic record, 10:62, which she set here yesterday. Also the American record. And here's FloJo. 6 fastest times in history. First start. FloJo is out. Duneva goes with her. It is FloJo and Duneva. Here comes Emily. Here comes FloJo. She runs away with it by 6 meters. 10:54. Woo!
I mean, winning by 6 meters.
The allowable, but that does not affect the color of the medal that she will
That is
receive.
amazing. Winning by 6 meters in the 100 meters.
Watching it is just like she wins by so much it's jaw dropping, honestly.
Like usually, I mean, if you win by a couple feet in the 100 meters, that's big. 6 meters.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Is insane. I mean, those other girls are probably barely in the frame. And then this date in 1999, JFK Jr. Passes away in a plane crash on his way to Nantucket, I believe, with his wife and then I believe his sister-in-law as well. Some birthdays today. Born on this date, 1907. Orville Redenbacher. And I'm hoping, Bodie, you enjoyed watching this commercial as much as I've seen it.
Ready?
Ready. Poppers? Popcorn?
Equal amounts.
Yeah, you gotta be fair. Our gourmet popcorn pops lighter and fluffier than ordinary popcorns. Why, it's blowing the top right off the popper. Now for the microwave.
Tastes light and fluffy, too.
As Grandpa always says, do one thing and do it better than anyone.
He actually listened.
Gosh, that's beautiful.
One thing and better than anybody.
As much popcorn. Did your popcorn consumption decrease significantly as you got older?
It actually, mine probably spiked about 10 to 12 years ago. She makes it in a bowl, like in a big.
She makes the big, like the popper.
No, not a popper. She makes it. We have a popper, but she'll make it in a big cast iron.
Okay.
Pot, And then she'll put all these gourmet spices and cheese on it.
I mean, it's a pretty healthy snack as long as you don't like butter it up and whatnot.
Yeah, she won't put any butter on it, but it's a lot of seasoning. We'll do spicy,
which is fine.
Do oregano, do some different like cheese.
Did you guys ever do Jiffy Pop?
Peanut butter popcorn?
No, Jiffy Pop was something you could get, and it literally was like it was like a pan with like a handle on it.
We would take that when we go camping.
Yeah, and you just shake it over the heat.
You put it when you're camping. You have it because you can do it over fire, and it's like
and then
a little,
get huge.
It looks like a pie pan, Bodie, with a handle on it.
Yeah,
and it's got like an aluminum top, and it pops up and it grows with it.
I'm not the biggest popcorn fan, but when I go to the movies, get that and like some M&Ms or Milk Duds. I mean, that's
that with the Milk Duds is really good. That's a good combo right there.
Oh, and one of Bodie's favorites, turning 82 today. How about them Cowboys, Mr. Jimmy Johnson?
I don't mean to put a damper on it, but no. But you understand, we do have one game left to play. Hey, fantastic. Every single one of you. I mean, I'm not just talking about these last 60 minutes. I'm talking about the quarterback schools, the mini camp, the off-season, the training camp, down in Austin when it was hot and you were tired, the whole bit. Everybody, you did one hell of a job. And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys indeed? The Dallas Cowboys will be presented with the George S. Hallis Trophy as champions of the NFC when we come back to Candlestick in just a moment.
Okay, so I was going to say, I thought they beat the Niners. And
they beat the Niners 2 straight years.
Yes, to go.
And then Jimmy had to go.
Well,
lost to the Niners the following year.
What's interesting with that is I always thought that was after they won the Super Bowl. Like
that's where he says, like, we got one game left.
When he said that,
play.
I knew where the clip was going, and so I was amazed. Like, I was always, it's kind of like the Miracle on Ice, where like you see that and you think like that's just them winning the Super Bowl, but obviously San Francisco being the gold standard, big one there. Jimmy Johnson, first coach to win a national championship and a Super Bowl. Do you know who else has done it?
Pete Carroll did it.
Okay, good. I was just asking.
Okay, yeah. Apollo 1 and Pete Carroll. By the way, Johnson also won. He actually won 3 Super Bowls because you've got to give him credit for the Barry Switzer one. That's not Barry Switzer's Super Bowl.
Okay, we can say whatever we like about it, but I mean, he wasn't the head coach.
Yeah.
So he won. He's credited for 2 and an natty in '87 with the
Canes.
Canes. Turning 67 today, Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance, one of Thitoff's favorites of all time. In turning 66 today, 23 seasons in the NFL, but Anthony Rothman will most remember Gary Anderson for this.
That'll bring on Anderson. Yeah, you see it and you go back, and I don't mean to second guess, but just kind of putting, the way the game is played. If Minnesota makes this field goal here now, they get the 10-point lead. Had Atlanta on that 4th down kicked the field goal, then this couldn't happen.
And Anderson hasn't missed in 2 years.
There we go.
So that's a pretty good bet.
It'd be impossible to miss this one.
Gary Anderson will make this field goal. The answer should probably be yes.
39 yards away, and it's not good.
Surprised by Pat Summerall there. The first one he had missed all year.
We got robbed. That would have been a good Super Bowl, Minnesota and Denver.
It would have been a great Super Bowl. And fortunately, Atlanta, they had all the stuff with Eugene Robinson and everything going on that night.
Right. Tried to have some fun the night before.
Yeah. Rough deal for him.
A little hanky-panky.
Turning 65 today, Terry Pendleton. Do you remember him?
Yeah, yeah. Third base play for the Cardinals and the Braves.
Won the NL
famously.
MVP
Yep, NL MVP. And, not deserved, but whatever. I can't remember. There was somebody else who more deserved. They gave it to him because the Braves were good.
Okay, there you go. That's today's baseball minute.
Yep.
Phil Hellmuth of the World Series of Poker fame won the main event in '98. Has the most bracelets of all time with 17, turning 61. And then one of the funny men of all time, Will Ferrell, turning 58.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus, or as our brothers to the south call you, Jesus, we thank you so much for this bountiful harvest of Domino's, KFC, and the always delicious Taco Bell. I just want to take time to say thank you for my family, my 2 beautiful, handsome, striking sons, Walker and Texas Ranger. or TR, as we call him. And, of course, my red-hot smoking wife, Carly, who's a stone-cold fox, who, if you were to rate her ass on 100, it would easily be a 94. Also want to thank you for my best friend and teammate, Cal Naughton Jr., who's got my back no matter what.
Shake and bake. Basically, what happened to you was that you saw the fear. So before you can even think about any real driving, you got to make friends with that fear. So, get in the car.
What the hell? There's a goddamn cougar in the car.
Oh, there's a cougar in the car. I put it in there. You got to learn to drive with the fear. And there ain't nothing more goddamn frightening than driving with a live cougar in the car.
God, where'd you get that thing?
I trapped it. Been keeping it in my bathroom at the motel, feeding it old pizza. Now get back in that car, you hear me?
No, I'm not getting in that car.
Feeding it old
Which
pizza.
movie was that?
That's
Talladega Nights.
Oh, okay.
It's great because he's drinking a beer while he's sitting there talking to him. Oh, gosh. His dad is one of the great characters. Oh, this bountiful harvest of Domino's, KFC, and...
You always great Taco Bell. I love when they get in an argument about, he keeps saying baby Jesus.
Yeah.
And
He grew up. He became a man. I like to mind
beard.
my Jesus. As a baby, swaddled in a manger.
Yeah, and then it goes to Cal Naughton. He's like, I like to picture my Jesus with eagle's wings, singing lead vocals for Leonard Skinner and an angel band. And I'm in the front row and I'm hammered drunk.
I forgot about the end of that. I'm in the front row and I'm hammered drunk.
I gotta watch that movie.
You've never seen it?
No.
Oh, it is.
Tito.
I am paralyzed.
You are not paralyzed, Rick.
Give me that knife. Give me that knife. Oh gosh, really good. It's one of his best. It's very quotable and it's very entertaining. Oh gosh. Then maybe I would say the greatest running back that I ever saw personally play. I think probably the greatest runner of the football of all time. Mr. Barry Sanders.
We are lucky indeed to watch this guy play football.
You and I see so many stars and we don't get caught up in it, but Barry is something special.
Take a good look. 30, 40 years from now, the people are going to be asking, you ever see Barry Sanders play?
Holy mackerel, he's done it again.
I mean, he left 5 guys strewn along the turf in about 5 yards.
And it's not good to be strewn.
No, I mean, he can dodge anything. Wow, what a run.
And that moves him into 4th place on the all-time rushing list as he zooms past the great Jim Brown.
And this guy is special.
Barry could be only the 3rd running back ever to rush for 2,000 in a season. 2,000 yards, and he got it on a 2-yard carry. It was not a dramatic carry, but that is probably highlights his character.
But you never got to play against him, right? He was gone
No.
in the community league, yeah.
It's interesting when we were in middle school. My dad was our coach. We were playing a Zanesville team. Had a guy by the name of John Scott, really good running back. He ended up playing at West Virginia. We played AAU together. And when we were coaching with my dad was like, we were playing with the Giants. He's like, I watched when Belichick, what they do when they played a great running back, guys like that. And Barry wasn't in the league yet. I don't know how he did this. He's like, he called it the build a wall philosophy, the fence. He's like, no one was allowed to go more than 1 yard into the backfield. He goes, you get to the line of scrimmage and you stop. He goes, because if you give this guy holes anywhere, he will be able to find them. So do not create inverted vertical seams. You get across the line of scrimmage and you stop your feet and just build a fence. I don't care if he gets 2 yards. Don't let him get 100.
Yeah.
Because that's what would happen. Just one of the all-time great running backs, turning 57 years young today. Golfer Adam Scott turning 45. Carly Lloyd, 2 gold medals, 2 World Cups, turning 43. Some passings today. Mary Todd Lincoln, the wife of, who do you think?
I'm guessing it'd be Abe.
Do you know what number president?
12.
Oh, Tito.
Come on.
16. He's 16.
There you go.
Thank you.
You know, I know he's 16.
Why?
Honest to God, Artie told me yesterday.
That is.
So you were unaware of that?
I didn't know the number until
that is one that's a benchmark that you should always know.
I know. My son said he knows 1 through 16.
And Bodie knows like 1 through 30 now.
Man, he missed one the other day.
He was one off, so I always gave Shark at least one either way.
All right.
Passing away in this date, 1882. And Joe Jellybean Bryant, father of Kobe Bryant, passing away on this date, 2024. Some holidays, observances. It's Guinea Pig Appreciation Day, which down in Lima, in Peru, guinea pigs are a...
Don't tell me that. They're not a delicacy, are they?
Oh, yeah, Coach.
Are they really?
I'll show you a picture. They got this restaurant
I don't want to
with
see
a
it.
giant... They got a picture with a giant guinea pig outside. He's like 9 feet tall.
Oh, I can't.
It's amazing. They put him on a skewer for you. My brother and I had one.
You ate one?
Well, yeah. One in Rome or one in
Peru. How did it taste? It tastes like chicken, right?
It wasn't bad.
Oh.
Doctor him up, put some seasoning on there.
You might see the first throw up on a fan show.
That's good.
I can't believe. Oh, God,
I mean,
Bobby.
which would you rather have, a guinea pig or a hot dog?
Well, a hot dog, I know they're both bad. They both the hot dog thing. What they
Your
put
body is accustomed to the badness of the hot dog.
Yes, I've had
guinea pigs are eating a squirrel.
Tolerance.
I've never had a hot dog as a pet.
Where's Eddie at? He usually eats these goddamn
I've had a guinea
things.
pig as a pet. I've never had a hot dog as a pet.
Well, there you go. National Corn Fritters Day, National Fried Spinach Day. Oh, goodness. National Personal Chef's Day. So it's kind of amazing at the hot dog and the guinea pig in there to really work it together. And then World Snake Day. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances. For this date, Wednesday, July 16th, 197th day of the year, 168 remaining in this 2025.
Well done as always, General. Coming up next, Jake Diebler. Talked to the boys from Rothman Ice yesterday. We'll hear from him next. This is Morning Juice.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Through Travis Manion Foundation's Operation Legacy service projects, veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians across the country come together under the common cause to serve in honor of our nation's heroes. Service projects include city beautifications, planting memorial trees, volunteering at shelters, park cleanups, and more. Ask yourself, if not me, then who? And register for a project near you or as a virtual volunteer by visiting oplegacy.org.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Bobby got us smarter. I think we set a record last segment, right?
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff in there.
It was Schleg-like how long that segment was. By the way, Jake Diebler was on Rothman Ice yesterday. They were out there at Ohio State basketball camp. And one of the things I'm very excited about this season, Bob, is the tougher non-conference schedule for Ohio State. Not because I want to see them get beat up at all, but I'm just saying, like, Izzo always does that with Michigan State. They always play a very difficult non-conference schedule. And here's Jake Diebler talking about playing a more robust pre-Big Ten schedule this year. And I'm hitting play.
Okay. Well, Tito.
Let me try the other way then. Hang on. I will try the other way.
However you just did it in the break, it played in Q.
And let's do this.
We played the hardest schedule, that Ohio State's played in the Ken Palm era last year. And I think part of getting our program back to where it belongs is putting ourselves on that stage and showcase games. And scheduling's really hard. It's hard when you return the amount of players we do. It's hard to get teams to agree to play us, just being quite frank. And I'm excited about our slate of non-conference high major games. And I want to do stuff for our fans. Getting a high major team in our building is important to me in the non-conference. Playing a game like we're doing in Cleveland, which will be an awesome atmosphere because West Virginia will travel well. We will travel well. And it'll be great. I think they're going to be a good team. So wanted to do some things for our fans too, but making sure we have a hard schedule to help us get ready for a 20 game gauntlet is important.
Yeah, it's.
I was going to say, you said I'm excited for them playing a tough schedule. They played a really good non-conference last year.
Yeah.
That's what was keeping them in the hunt for the dance, even when they were struggling around 500 in the Big Ten because of the games they played and the games they won.
17-15 last year. But I'm saying I think that I like the fact this is more the norm. The Diebler wants to do that more. Diebler wants to, and they've got Notre Dame this year. They've got the return game with Pitt.
I wouldn't call that a tough non-conference game.
It's a big game, though, right? It's a significant game.
Sure.
When was the last time Notre Dame played here? I remember seeing it.
Oh, at the Shot?
Yeah, they played in the shoe.
20 years.
I think they played in the shoe in 2022.
They did play in the shoe.
Yeah, they did, Bob. They did. I was there. You know what? I still will attest to the fact that losing by 11 when one team had Tyler Buckner and the other team had C.J. Stroud. You know what? Good loss. Quality loss. Now, we turn that into a second loss the following week against Marshall, but nevertheless. I think the last time that we've played at the Shot, it's had to have been 20 years ago.
I would think so.
Now, Ohio State and Notre Dame played in South Bend in 2020 or 2021 as part of the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did that. Yeah, right.
But I can't remember the last time Notre Dame played here.
It's I know Ohio State's at North Carolina this year. North Carolina will be really good again, and that'll be part of that CBS Sports Classic. I love those kinds of things when they have
North Carolina be really good?
I think North Carolina will be really good. Yeah.
They did miss the tournament last year.
I think but they got.
I think right.
Yeah, they got the.
They haven't had a first. They haven't had a top 5 NBA.
Oh no!
Pick.
Well, they got one coming, right? Caleb Wilson.
Yeah, that dude right there. Yes,
I
think
why
he
not,
will be.
Bob?
Well, yeah, sure. We can recklessly
or an
speculate.
NBA All-Star in 20 years.
The last All-Star was 20 years ago for North Carolina. Wow. Okay. Tyler Hansbrough's not walking through that door. Well, because he's dead, but no one else.
Tyler Hansbrough isn't dead.
I thought Hansbrough was the one who's dead.
No.
Who's the guy wasn't there a big North? Oh, Montross, right?
Eric Montross.
Same thing. Anyway.
Not even close to the same thing. They're about 20 years apart.
They're exactly, Bobby.
Montross was when I was Artie's age. Hansborough's younger than me.
They are big white plotting centers who got overdrafted, Bobby. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. Of course Boston took Eric Montross because that's Boston. But I'm saying, okay, fine. You telling Montross and Hansborough are not the same thing?
Not even close.
I think they're very close.
Hansborough wasn't a center.
Yeah, he was.
He was a power forward.
He played the 5.
He was center, or he's a power forward. Montross had a flat top and was a big stiff.
And he bled. I remember that. He got the bloody nose when he played in that one game against, was it Duke?
Montross was the center when Carolina beat Michigan.
Yeah, beat Michigan, yeah.
And you're trying to put him like...
Oh, and Hansbrough graduated in 2009.
The timeout game. That's what I'm saying, Bodie.
Got a solid 2 decades in between those two things.
It's 16 years.
Other than that, though, Bobby, they're the same thing.
They're not even close to the same. Montross was a post-up guy. Hansborough could do a lot more.
I think the fact that I think they're the same thing makes them the same thing.
Okay.
That's what I think. Tell us in the chat, by the way. Coming next, Bodie will take center stage with quick hitters. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know what it's like to be stuck in that cycle of pain where you're trying to get better. You keep going to the doctor, steroid shots, surgeries. Do not go down that road anymore. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics. They will help treat you without going under the knife and without the meds. QC Kinetics are the leaders in regenerative medicine to help your body heal itself. And I should know, I've been a client there, and they helped me with my knee get back to the running in the summer and going whitewater rafting and all of the things that you enjoy. And this is the critical part about my friends with QC. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. That's peace of mind. It's not just a number. They're trying to help you. They're the second opinion that you're looking for to keep you from getting under the knife. To find out if you're a good candidate, go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. The consultation is free, or call 380-284544. That's 380-284544. They have offices all over Central Ohio. So go check them out.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
When it comes to protecting your assets, you need a security partner. Event Risk Security Services is a U.S.-based veteran-owned company providing protection services, consulting to Fortune 500 companies, movie studios, celebrities, and high net worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality services and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give them a try. They're virtually the same cost, and they can address what keeps you up at night. Event Risk. Check them out at eventriskinc.com to learn more.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had Zika virus from a mosquito.
He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice, this first hour's flying by. It's going to get faster now. Quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Good morning, Bodie Wells.
Good morning, guys. Happy Coaster Bob Wednesday. We'll start here. We lost one of the good ones yesterday, guys, because on Tuesday, marathon runner, I'm going to attempt to say this name, probably going to get it wrong, but nevertheless, Faja Singh passed away at the age of 114 after he was struck by a car while crossing the road near his home in India. That's a pretty tough break, man. Make it to 114, and then you go by a hit and run. Nicknamed the Turbanned Torpedo, Singh took up running at the ripe age of 89 as a way to deal with the depression that hit him after his wife had passed away. At the age of 89, he ran the London Marathon in 2020, and that was his very first one, and then he went on to run 8 more after that. Tito, may he rest in peace.
He was also the torchbearer in the 2012 London Olympics. But, yeah, Bob, he took up running at 89. Usually people take up dying at 89.
What you're saying is that there's still hope for you.
You know what? I saw that, and I thought that I feel like that right there was a shot at me. I took it personally there, like Jordan did in the documentary. I took that personally because I feel like he's trying to, like, no matter what I do, it's, oh, yeah, but you're 54. You know, it's like I was 89 when I started running. I can't even imagine running at 89. Do you think you're 89? You're still
running right now?
No. That's it. But that's right now. I'm telling you, but 35 years now, Bob. Look at what 54 years has done to me. Imagine what another 35 years would do to me. And then
see, that's the thing, though, Tito, is you're looking at it as glass half empty of what could happen negatively in the next 35 years. Let's look at a glass half full. Imagine where you could be 35 years from now.
Yeah.
Positively.
I'll be on the mantle in an urn. Could you imagine running at 89, Bob?
Yeah.
You're not going to live to 89. You told us that before, too, though.
I pray I don't.
He's 114 and gets hit by a car. That sucks. Yeah, 114, you're a marathoner.
That's honestly
that's the way you want to go. At 114,
quick.
Sounds pretty great. Would you rather die in your bed slowly with some sort of ailment taking you down, or would you rather just getting hit by a car? Just make sure they're driving fast enough that it's one shot and done, man.
It doesn't say in the
Make
story
sure
how
it's a semi, maybe an explosion.
It doesn't say how fast he was
explosion
going.
might take other people too.
Like, can you imagine?
No, I'm talking like an Have you ever seen a deer on the side of the road that got hit by a semi truck?
No, I haven't.
I have. You know why you haven't seen it? Because there's nothing left. You see, it looks more like a Bob Ross doing a smattering on the canvas.
Is it possible this guy got hit by a 1987 Ford Escort going 7 miles an hour, and that's what got him?
I doubt that was.
How fast do you have to drive though to kill a 140-year-old man?
Easy.
I don't know. I think you just have to hit your head, probably.
I'm just saying. See, it could have bumped him, right?
Maybe.
At 114. All right, go ahead, Bub.
Next up, guys, in the NFL, it's not every day that a 6th-round draft pick turns into a reliable starter for the team that selected him, and it's certainly not every day that player becomes one of the highest-paid players in the league. But on Tuesday, the Kansas City Chiefs and offensive guard Trey Smith reached an agreement on a 4-year, $94 million deal that'll make him the highest-paid interior lineman in NFL history since being selected by Kansas City to the 226th overall. In the 2021 NFL Draft, Smith has started all but one game over the last 4 years, and he made his first Pro Bowl last season. Bobby, the Chiefs will be looking to have a bit of a bounce-back year on offense this season. They were not that great on offense last year, at least for their standard, and now they've got one of their one piece of business in helping do that squared away.
Well, and part of that was their offensive line wasn't very good.
Yeah.
And he'll be a big piece of that. Josh Simmons, who they had fall to them, will be another big piece of it. And so when you secure that offensive line, everyone loves to see Pat Mahomes run around and do the craziness. And that's great. He's getting older and not going to be able to do that to the degree. And also, he's still better playing from the pocket. And so why would you don't want him to have to do that consistently? And so securing that offensive line, obviously you make a signing, you make a drafting, and you hope that you start to pair these guys and re-bolster an offensive line that once was really good and has since struggled.
You bring up Mahomes, Bob. I want to ask you this question. And I don't know if you can separate the football player from the human.
Why not?
Because I think the answer, I'm afraid, I
could sit there and tell you that I think O.J. Simpson was a great football player.
Well,
right.
Probably not a great dude.
Okay.
Debatable.
Last year.
Was it Hardy? Greg
Hardy? Yeah.
Pretty good pass rusher.
Not a great dude.
Not a great dude.
Not a great dude.
Rasheed Rice, wide receiver for the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, he got hurt towards LCL.
Yeah.
When he was trying to tackle somebody on an interception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bruce on the leg.
Yeah, right. So, famously, Manning and Brady, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, were very good, more so Manning at the end of his career, of learning to fall down before getting sacked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To stay healthy. Would you tell your quarterback your quarterback now, I'm not talking about Rice, but your quarterback, though, not to try to make a tackle on interception in a regular season game?
It depends on the game and the situation, but you are better having that guy playing for you,
right,
than being on the sideline. Like, I watch some of these quarterbacks trying to run dudes over.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, man, I understand it used to kill me with Terrell Pryor because I'm like, you're running out of bounds right in front of the first down marker, and you could probably still get the first down and not get hit as well.
Right.
Go try to get the first down, but not at the expense of potentially injuring yourself for the rest of the season, because you're better to us active than not.
A 40-point lead against Toledo, I don't care about that, right? About that situation maybe. But I'm just, if the game...
You want a guy that's a competitor that's going to go all out and...
You want a guy that on this team we fight for that edge.
So I'm just like, I wonder about that.
Like, with our fingernails for that edge.
Is that something that I mean, I got to imagine a football player, it's hard to turn off, though, right? If you're a competitor like Mahomes is, to say, hey, look, don't tackle anybody ever.
Yeah.
Unless it's a playoff game, right? Or unless it's a division game.
Playoffs,
Yeah. If it's something like that. I would think, though, like, I always admired that, weird to say this, about Brady and Peyton, is that they knew how to fall. They knew how to not get hurt, it seemed like. They were very good at that.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like most quarterbacks nowadays are just kind of conditioned to let it go, too. I feel like most of the time when you see a quarterback throw a pick, it's kind of the rip the chin strap off, look to the sideline, start walking off the field, which is fine.
If you don't run to make a play, you're not allowed to hit him anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It used to be you found the quarterback and smoked him. And
by the
now,
way,
if they're not running towards the play, you cannot do anything.
That's my other Fitbit, though. The hot take on this is I think that on kickoffs and punts, let's say it's kickoffs, because punts, you can do fake punts. But on kickoffs, as soon as the kicker kicks it, he runs off the field, and they could have 11 other guys out there. I don't want to kick
like
a hockey. No, I don't want to see a kicker.
His only job is to kick the ball.
Right, kick the ball. Right, exactly. Not to tackle.
Is this hockey? You have a line sub during the game.
You have 12 guys on the field for the off. And he kicks and runs off the field. Bob,
why don't you just add another guy in for the guy carrying the ball, because he can't block for himself, so he should get an extra blocker there.
I don't want to see kickers getting hurt out there. That's
exactly.
All.
When was the last time?
Nobody returns kicks, anyways. I mean.
You're right. Not that much. They're going to fix that, though, right? Again?
Well, maybe, yeah. Speaking of side nugget, Carp, Josh Simmons, did he have a Jimmy nickname last year?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Okay. Because I heard CJ say that in the interview yesterday, and it took me probably 5 minutes to be like,
because they had Josh Fryer, so they just started calling him Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I like it.
That's great.
Does Jim exist anywhere in his name? No. But he's called him Jimmy.
Jay Simmons, Jimmy. Jimothy, Jimbo, can I call you Jim? Guys, in college football, the current top 5 recruiting classes, according to 24/7 Sports, is as followed. Southern California, Georgia, Texas A&M, Notre Dame, and Alabama. Right behind them, though, at number 6 is the Texas Longhorns, and the Longhorns added a major piece to their recruiting class yesterday when they landed 5-star linebacker Tyler Atkinson, beating out Georgia, Oregon, and Clemson, among others, to secure his commitment. Atkinson is from just outside of Athens in Georgia, so that was a big win for Texas to go into the Peach State and win that battle over the Dogs. Tito, they come off of 2 straight trips to the semifinals. They've landed 4 top 5 recruiting classes in a row, including the number 1 overall class last year. Steve Sarkisian has Texas poised to be a major threat here over the next few years.
They really do. By the way, Bobby, Bodie buried the lead on that. I had a really good intro for that. Texas gets a peach from Georgia is what I led in with there. Anyway, another great get for Sark, and this Texas team is going to be scary going forward. They've got it figured out. They've got money there. They don't have Texas A&M money, right? And they don't have Texas Tech money, but they got.
They're probably fairly close. I mean, Texas Tech, they have one guy who was willing to spend whatever,
right?
So that's a little different. But Texas is not underfunded.
Yeah, Texas does well for themselves, and they're going to be a force. And I can't wait. I know this guy's not here to 2026. He'll be there next year when Ohio State heads down to Austin. But I can't wait for this Ohio State Texas game this year, Bob. And as I told you in the beginning, it's 45 days from now.
45 days from now, Texas has what they need to be good, and that's why Sark. I mean, they've made 2 semifinals, and the question is, if they don't win it this year, they don't start getting into that curious territory that Ryan was in, where you get on the list of best coaches to have not won a national championship, and so he's getting curiously close to that opportunity here within the next 2 seasons. So he'll have been there then 5-6 years. He was at USC. He's got a fairly developed resume at that point without a national title and coaching at 2 very big prominent programs.
So Kevin Durant, obviously basketball at Texas, and millionaire many, many times over.
Almost billionaire probably by the time
probably.
He's done.
You're right. It's all said and done. I'm curious, Bob, if you even know this or not, but how much does Ohio State lean on former athletes that played professionally, probably specifically NFL and NBA, to try to get money from them for NIL
stuff? To my knowledge, not much.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that surprise you?
No.
Why is that? Why? What? I would think that'd be one of the more logical places to go and hit up somebody who's like, hey, you played here, you won a national championship here. Let's keep this going, and we know it's public how much money you've made.
I understand that, but you're also dealing. Usually, the people that give money are older in life.
Sure.
There's a concept called time value of money. So, giving money when you're younger, is money that you're forgoing the opportunity to make and earn with doing other things.
Okay.
And so, hitting up people under 30 years old,
to
try to get them to write 7-figure checks is not a productive process.
God, well, maybe not 7-figure, but 6-figure.
I get that, but asking current players. Not very many current players donate money.
Okay. Do they hit you up?
I have donated money to the school. I did not donate really much money when I was playing.
I was
under 30 years old.
Oh, I got you. No, I got you.
Any financial advisor would tell them that that's not a prudent thing to do.
I didn't know in the NIL world, though, like now, with NIL and trying to raise more money. Yeah, I didn't know if they were going out there and actively calling.
That's not.
Is it more so just like wealthy business
men
and women who
it's
have
people
made,
that are older in life.
Yeah.
You're not I don't know of any players that I know that have played anywhere that have contributed significantly to the NIL effort.
I got you. So,
I donate money and do things like that, but if you're asking if I'm capable of doing that, I'm not coming in here anymore. I'll tell you that much.
See, again, he did it again there, Bo. Do you see that? Now I've got to push back a little bit because now he's talking about leaving the show again. I just pictured them calling like Mike Conley and Michael Redd and say, hey, you know what, this basketball program, we're really.
I think that those guys have given and contributed.
They probably didn't know if they called.
If you're asking them to fully fund things, I don't think.
No, okay, I got you. That makes sense.
That's what's going to happen.
Let's go one more, Bodie.
One more, guys. Back to the NFL here, and this is a former Buckeye. Since being drafted at number 76 overall in the 2019 NFL Draft, Terry McLaurin has done nothing but produce for the Washington Commanders. He's had more than 1,000 yards in every season with the exception of his rookie year when he had 919. And that, of course, includes some very, very, very up-and-down quarterback play prior to the arrival of Jaden Daniels last season. Now McLaurin wants paid for his production, and he and Washington, they've been in a bit of a standoff this offseason. The two sides have not had any negotiations in more than a month, and the 6-year pro told the media he's been frustrated about that. He did say as of now he has no request to be traded. He reiterated the fact that he wants to stay in D.C., as he enters the final year of his 3-year, $68.4 million deal that he signed back in July of 2022. McLaurin now sits as the 17th highest paid wideout in the league. Carp seems like he's got a pretty fair argument to want to get a new contract there with Washington.
Terry was back in here, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to him about this. I think he feels like, at that time, he felt like they would be able to get something done. Surprised that they haven't. Terry not only is a great player, but a great locker room guy and a leader and a culture builder. And when you've had all the issues that Washington had over the years, and now you have a program that has played in an NFC championship, like on the cusp of being really good young quarterback, he's a guy that you want to pay because he exemplifies all of the things that you want in your program. And so it's amazing to me that this has drug out that long. But as they'll always tell you, deadlines make deals, and so hopefully as this gets closer to training camp, it gets done.
I'm glad you said that, because I was asking about that. I don't admittedly know a lot about McLaurin off the field and in the locker room type thing, but Terry's
a great guy.
One
of the best.
And look, Washington's we know the windows in the NFL can sometimes be very, very short as far as being a championship team. You're paying Jaden Daniels on a rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
You just got Deebo Samuel, and I gotta believe that they will get this done in short order. They have to, because McLaurin is so, and McLaurin's one of the guys, we talked before about.
I think he's a captain.
I think you're right on that. That sounds right, yeah.
I know
he's been there, 6 years. I know that's not super long, but in the NFL, it's a while.
Yeah.
We talked about guys that maybe, like we brought up Clarett, somebody who I thought would be, tremendous in the NFL when I first saw him play, and then obviously things didn't work out. McLaurin's kind of the opposite. I didn't think McLaurin would be this good. I thought he'd be good in the NFL, but he's exceeded even my expectations of how good he'd be.
He's a great athlete that works really hard. He's a high character guy, and so that when you have that, you're going to get a guy who ends up being really good at the end of it because he works at his craft. He's a professional. Doesn't mail it in that off.
He's been in 6 years in the NFL?
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's been long for me. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Coming up next, the British Open, Bobby, gets underway early tomorrow morning out here. We'll talk to our golf betting expert, John Gerber, next. This is Morning Juice.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit eventriskinc.com.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Hey Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Bobby is the all-American man. Tito pulled a hammy getting his mail. This is Morning Juice.
Look at that handsome guy on YouTube. Right in between, smack dab in between Bobby and I, it's John Gerber, host of From the Rough podcast on Fan 3 Sports, joining us. Gerb, you are our golf betting expert. Follow him at JGerber PGA Pro. And is this, I got a feeling that the British Open's one of the harder ones to handicap because of the uncertainty with the weather. Is that accurate?
Yeah, good morning, fellas. Yeah, it's very accurate. This is tough. Well, first off is the time change, well, especially for handicappers. I mean, some of us are just coming in at night or have to get up real early in the morning to watch this and to handicap this. So, no, it's tough. And this week is going to be no exception just because this is not your typical type of British Open. And I'm going to call it the British Open. I don't call
me
it
too. Yeah, the hell with those guys saying the Open Championship. That's pretentious.
I'm old school that way. But, yeah, it's hard because it's not the typical type of, British Open golf course. It's not as flat as the St. Andrews and, more of the traditional places that they're playing. The third time that they've played here at Royal Portrush, last time, obviously, with the great story with Shane Lowry winning in 19. And maybe the other story was, how poorly Rory played, getting off to a terrible start with a quadruple bogey on the first hole, missing the cut. So, yeah, it's a very interesting place, and this week is not going to be any exception. They're saying it's going to be about 15-mile-an-hour winds and kind of drizzle rain. That's nothing for a British Open. And I think you're going to see some guys maybe in play this week that normally wouldn't be in play because they're a little higher type of ball hitters that they're going to be able to get away with it this week because it's not going to be crazy, winds as forecasts say.
So what type of golfers, Gerb, when you look at this, do you think will succeed on this course?
Yeah, no, you're looking at it's very interesting. You know, you have to drive the ball well in any major championship. You're going to have to drive the ball well, and missing some of these fairway bunkers is going to be key because, you know, that's a little bit more than a half a shot penalty if you do hit in one of. But I'm looking at guys that are great chippers, guys who are very creative around the greens. Guys are going to play well. If you look at Shane Lowry when he did one, he's one of the most creative guys around the greens. So chipping the ball is going to be key. Again, these greens, a lot of these greens are elevated, kind of like Augusta. So they're sitting on top of the plateaus, and you're going to have to chip up and kind of move around some of these undulating greens a little bit, as opposed to, again, a traditional type of British Open where it's very flat and you can, you know, the greens might be moving a little bit, but you're not kind of chipping up. So I'm looking at guys who are very creative, guys who are great chippers of the golf ball this week.
So Rory McIlroy, I believe, has the course record there, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's got a 61 as the course record there. But I don't know what the conditions were when he did that. But how do you view him this week?
Yeah, he's coming into some pretty good form, obviously, you know, playing well the last few weeks. You know, is there going to be too much pressure on him playing in Northern Ireland, playing at Portrush, you know, an hour from his home with all the pressure? So him handling that is going to be kind of a key, more so than him getting out on the golf course. I think he's going to play well, but again, on our side of the betting side, we won't touch him this week just because there's no money to be made. I mean, if you just want to, you know, go to your office and say you picked Rory McIlroy like the millions other people did to win and he wins, that's fine. But you're just going to make, you know, $300 on a $100 investment, and it's just no value for us in the betting aspect of it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like when you said, you start talking about trying to find the value there. Who are some guys that you're looking at maybe a little under the radar this week that there could be some good value and longer odds on?
Yeah, if we haven't completed our card yet. We're kind of cutting down the pool of, you know, we still got 15, 12 guys in it to fill our 8 spots. But if you look at a guy that I really like that fits that mold, he's played well at the beginning of the year, not really good form coming in right now, but is very creative, great chipper of the golf ball is Justin Thomas. You can get JT at 55-1 to win the golf tournament. And then, you know, you look at spots like him, there's not a lot of chances that you're going to get JT at 55-1 to fill that spot. So I really like him there. Again, fits the same mold. Jordan Spieth, look at maybe getting Jordan Spieth to finish in that top 10, top 20. You can get some value there at plus 500-600 to finish in the top 10 and about 300-350 to finish in the top 20. And I look at a guy like Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed coming off LIV. This place green-wise is going to play as close to Augusta for a British Open as you can. Again, with the undulating greens, you have to pitch up sometimes. Look at Patrick Reed to maybe finish in that top 10 spot. You can get him at about 325 to finish in the top 20. So I like Patrick Reed in that spot, top 20. But if you really see some value to win, look at Justin Thomas at 55-1 to win the British Open.
John Gerber, go ahead. Yeah, John Gerber joins us here. He is the host of the From the Rough podcast on FanStream Sports. And you mentioned Justin Thomas. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong on this. It feels to me like when he's going really well, it continues for the tournament. If he starts off poorly, he's in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that we love to bet on Saturday with Justin Thomas if he makes the cut and he's really down there, not have a chance to win the golf tournament, because he's going to go all out. He's going to shoot 80 or he's going to shoot 60 in the third round to get back up. There's no letdown for him. But I like him. His creativity is something that you're going to need here, especially around the greens. But I'm a little concerned with his driving. It's a little bit more generous that this week at Royal Portrush in terms of driving the golf ball. So if he can kind of plot his way around and stay between those white stakes this week, I think he's going to have a great chance chipping the ball. But you're right. If he's out of it, I mean, he's very up and down off the leaderboard in terms of that. He's kind of like a Keith Mitchell. You know, the greatest bet in this year and probably in the last 3 years is bet Keith Mitchell on moving day on Saturday because he's not going to break par. So Justin Thomas can be in that mold a little bit if he's out of it.
Scotty Scheffler. How do you view him this week? Does this course lend itself for him to have a successful tournament?
Yeah, I mean, Scotty's a high ball hitter, but he can move the ball up and down. He really likes to work his trajectories that they say out there. I like his chances in terms of competing, but again, he fits that mold for us on the gambling side of it. There's not a lot of value where you can get him. if you see our cards, we never have Scotty Scheffler, rarely on our card, unless it's, later on in the year, maybe in the playoffs where it's a really short field, but there's just no money. But I think he's going to contend. I think he's in a great mindset. I like the way he was talking to the media in terms of, I'm just going through the motions in terms of golf is not the number one priority in my life. I like the way he's saying the right things in terms of the patience that you're going to need to win the British Open if the weather gets bad, which is going to get bad at some point, or spotty.
Do you enjoy viewing the British Open?
I love it. I hate to rank the majors as they a lot of people rank the majors. It's whether you like, the Masters, US. I love the British Open just because I can wake up in the morning and golf is already on. It is difficult to handicap, as you said, the hardest out of the majors for sure, and one of the hardest of the tournaments. But I like getting up. I like the kind of nostalgia of it. I like the look of the TV coverage, and you just don't, there's a lot of, uncertainty when it comes to that. And you see a wider range of winners at the British Open.
So, Gerb, I want to get your head-to-head record now, because I know you had a decent weekend this past weekend, right?
Yeah, we're 43-13-5 on our matchups and head-to-head matchups. We've had a solid few weeks in terms of that. We're just a little under a profit of $3,000 for the year, which is not great for us. Last week we cashed one ticket to finish in the top 10, but our matchup record is really where we're strong. Looking forward to the Ryder Cup, not really trying to get too far ahead with the FedEx Cup's playoffs coming and this week, but we're really looking solid on our matchup record at 43-13-5.
I saw Bryson DeChambeau made some comments about the ways that they should get live golf points transferred over to the World Golf Rankings to try to help out with different tournaments they can play and what they can qualify for. Do you think we will come to a point anytime in the near future where that does happen?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if they don't merge, which I firmly believe that I think they're going to merge, I think with the resurgence or the new commissioner of the PGA Tour, I think there's an opportunity for them to merge, but they're going to have to change some of the tournament structure. There's a non-negotiable for the World Golf Rankings that you have to play 72-hole events, and you're not going to take that away. That is a prerequisite to get world ranking points, and that's unless they change their model of 72-hole events, that is certainly out of the question to get those points. But I think a merger will probably come a little bit before they change something like that, so I'm looking forward to maybe the merger more so than the world ranking. I like the tournaments when the live guys are playing. There's 20 guys playing this week, some of the most recognizing names in the world. And if you look at the U.S. Open, you had 3 of the guys from live finish in the top 10. So obviously they move the needle, and I just really think the golf tournaments are better when they are playing.
And I realize they have relegation there with the Live Tour, correct?
Yeah, I don't really know the whole nuances of how you get relegated, how do you get bumped up, things like that. Teams, I haven't followed it enough. It's just a hard watch for me. I tried to watch. It's kind of like that TGL, that indoor golf league. I get turned off really fast. I'm not betting on it, so there's what's my interest. So yeah, I don't really know how it's working. So
golf is to be seen for the landscape, Gerbs. I mean, who wants to look at it inside?
Indoor.
Bobby, I'm 53 years old. I've seen enough landscape in my life. I'm good when it comes to that. So I'd rather see green and when it comes to money than green when it comes to golf courses.
There we go. Gerb, you'll put your picks out there. I know at Jay Gerber PGA Pro from the Rough Podcast on Fan Street Sports. We appreciate the time, brother.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
All right. That was John Gerber there joining us. Bobby, you had CJ Hicks on your show yesterday.
Yep.
And here is CJ talking about why it's special to be a Buckeye.
The relationships that you build. You don't see people. For instance, this past week, Max Crosby just randomly was in there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't meet guys like that and people who want to come to Ohio State even if they didn't go there for school. There's greatness in the building every day. You walk through the halls, you see all the national championships, you see LeBron James right there, you see all the first-round talent. And then, like I said, you see guys coming back still want to talk to the coaches and pour into the young guys and people that's still on the team. I feel like you don't see that a lot of places.
Yeah, it was awesome to talk to him. Very, very intelligent guy. And we were talking, his position change and everything else, and should be a big piece of this defense this year. And it was kind of interesting to hear his journey. We had Carson Hinsman on Monday. There's probably been cuts of him in there, but both of those guys, one of the things I wanted to ask him is, ask Carson why he came to Ohio State being a Wisconsin guy and a super highly recruited guy. And CJ was a really highly recruited guy but he was a Dayton guy playing at Kettering Alter. But the real question I ask, these guys are going to their 4th year and they've had unique careers and all of them have, twists and turns and winding roads, but why they chose to stay, like why are you still here? And that was something that I thought was pretty interesting kind of in revealing listening to him.
Really the brotherhood, and every sounds cliche because everybody says that, but it's a group of guys in that locker room that I feel like you don't find everywhere else. On top of that, the coaches that we have in the coaching room, there's not a lot of coaches like that across the country. Like, they care, but at the same point in time, they want you to be the best you that you can be. They want you to grow 1% better each day instead of just letting you go by just because of who you are and what your name is. And on top of that, like, you come to Ohio State to play against the best and to play with the best in the country. So I'm going against Donnie and Jimmy last year, before Jimmy got hurt, obviously. But going against first-round talent every day, making each other get better and better. So I've learned a lot, but also, like, I feel like leaving is just an excuse to give up. That's not how I was raised.
What are your thoughts when hearing that off?
Well, I tell you, I often wonder about that.
From a guy that gives up pretty easily on things.
Yes, I think that I often wonder about that with the NIL era and the free transfer. I mean, it was much when you played, it was much different as far as transferring.
That's what I said. I go, it's easy to leave now. So
right.
Why do you stay?
And I love that answer, and it speaks so much to the culture that Ryan's created there. Even with changes, there had been a lot of changes, but some of the changes in the coaching staff, though, even with all of that, and when you've got these players coming through that are, every couple of years, the roster turns over, it seems like, quite a bit with either transfers and people leaving early for the NFL and whatnot. But the fact that Ryan's able to be the head of this program that keeps guys like that, that recruits guys like that, and also keeps guys like that, that's what impresses me. And
you're not always looking for the best players, Tito. You're looking for the right ones.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. The other thing, too, I think when I was younger, Bob.
When you were younger.
When I was younger, Bob.
A couple years ago.
I did not, just an hour ago. I didn't.
Youngest you'll ever be is right now.
I didn't recognize or realize how important the coordinator positions are. No, let me tell you what. Let me explain to you. By the way, this is what. Wait, listen. I said when I was young, when I was a kid growing up.
Never cease to amaze
me.
When
I'm a teenager, when following football and things like that, okay, I'm saying I did not realize how critical those hires are. And because regards to Ohio State, I'm talking now. Because Ohio State, it seemed like they always had superior talent in every game except for a couple. When I was growing up, it was the Big 2 and the Little 8 is what it was. Okay, so Ohio State was going to kick everybody's ass except the Michigan game, and then we'll see what happens there, and then maybe a bowl game.
I mean, has Ryan lost the conference game to anyone other than Michigan?
No, listen, I'm saying to Bob, he hasn't. But what I'm saying, though, Oregon wasn't a conference game. Yeah, Oregon, they lost that one. That
was non-con.
Oh, this year.
This year, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They're
1-1 against Oregon.
0-1.
0-1.
Oh, in the conference 1-0 in the postseason? 2-0 in the postseason.
They lost to him here.
Right.
In a non-conference game.
Non-conference game, though.
Lost there in a conference
game.
Game.
Won in the postseason game.
And they've beat him twice.
Twice in the postseason, right? Once in the Rose Bowl and then this one also. Twice in the Rose Bowl, twice.
The championship game in 14.
Oh, yeah. That was not
right.
That
was not right.
Oh, true. Yeah. Bobby.
That's amazing.
What I mean is the fact that
story of Oregon.
Ohio State, when I was growing up, always had superior talent in almost every game.
Which is still true.
Well, okay.
You can't win on talent alone, though.
But it's not, Bobby, when you get into the playoff and things like that.
No, it's more.
You have more competitive games than they've ever had. I feel like, right?
Yes.
When you got Texas this year, you got Oregon in the conference, you got Penn State, you got Michigan.
Well, was that Oregon game all that close competitive?
No, but I'm saying but when you have those kinds of teams in there, and then you also have the postseason, which could be now, that's when now I know that. And but when I was younger, it didn't matter as much, Bob, because Ohio State had superior talent. That was a great intro by me to tell you this is a cut from C.J. Hicks on the Bobby Carpenter Show about working with Matt Patricia or Pat Patricia, either one.
First, I want to start. I love Coach P. Great coach. I feel like since I've met him day one, me and him hit it right off the bat. We talked a lot about ball. We watched film together. he's gone right now, so itching for him to get back so we can watch film together. But the way he talks about how he'll play me and use me to get to the quarterback, and he shows me film of guys that he's worked with before and the spots that he can play me, I love it. And I feel like it's bringing me back to how I was used in high school, where I can just go get the quarterback and play ball, have fun, and enjoy it. And all that confidence and the love for the game is coming back, and I'm glad that Coach B is on the staff for sure.
I'm excited about this. You're excited about Matt Patricia too, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm a huge Matty P fan. I mean, I played for him my last year in New England, and he's really a smart guy, and he finds ways like, hey, we have these unique talents. How do we utilize and get the most out of them? If not, we can just have a guy that maybe is a scaled-down version of that, do, X, that what we would normally ask in this, but how can we find a way to utilize his unique talents to a greater extent? And so that's one of the things that makes, in my opinion, coordinators really strong is I have a player playing this position, but can I enhance that position and ask more of it based upon what they do? But in doing that, that requires some creativity from that coordinator.
It feels to me like he's one of those guys, because he didn't have a lot of success as a head coach in the NFL. He feels to me like a guy who is better served as being a coordinator than maybe a head coach. Maybe someday he'll be a head coach again. I'm not sure. But I think that this is his wheelhouse right here where he's going to have his most success.
Great. He's a great coordinator.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that he might not be a great head coach.
Right.
There was a lot of issues internally that he had to battle in Detroit. He also came in right during COVID and all that stuff. And
Sure.
so it's tough to get some things done. And I talked to Matt. Matt was on my show. Strikes had him on, I don't know.
A couple months ago, maybe.
Yeah, maybe two months ago. 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I asked him about that, and I told him, like, dude, we're going to ask you about Detroit. He's like, oh, go ahead. I've talked to him privately about it as well. And anybody will tell you if things didn't go wrong. I've never heard anyone who I deemed as a successful and intelligent person, when things didn't go wrong, say, you know what? I made every right choice. It just didn't work out. He'd say, you know what? He's like, here's some stuff that happened that was kind of external. Here's some things that maybe internally I could have handled a little better.
Right.
And maybe done some things a little differently.
Belichick's coordinators don't have a real great track record of being head coaches. Right? I mean, Weiss.
Well,
Patricia.
hey now.
Sorry, my fault on that one.
He almost beat USC.
Josh
McDaniels
had
a little bit of success.
in Denver.
And Indianapolis, don't forget.
Oh yeah, Indy years. Yeah.
Never lost a game.
Long tenure
That's a
there,
good point
undefeated.
there. Yes, that's a Belichick reign he had there with the Jets. Same thing in Indy.
I think part of it is
sorry, not to cut you off,
ahead.
Carp.
No,
Was Vrabel technically a coordinator, or
I don't
does that
think
count?
I don't think he ever coached under Belichick. He just
didn't
played
he?
under.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was under.
I thought he did coach, but I
could
definitely be wrong on that.
Well, he did coach, but with the Texans. And I don't think he ever was actually a coordinator. I think he went straight from a linebacker coach to head coach at Tennessee.
All right.
And that was under Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien did a pretty good job.
Okay, O'Brien, that's fair. Yeah.
Bill O'Brien, you would argue, is the most successful one. He made playoff runs in Houston. They just never really had a quarterback. They had...
Was it Osweiler?
The Brock Weiler.
The Brock Weiler, yeah. The underpaid Brock Osweiler, right?
Hey, man. Brock's a great dude. I'm happy for him.
Oh, you know Brock?
Yeah, I mean, you just get to meet people over the years. He was at...
he was at Brady's thing, wasn't he? Or was it Hall of Fame?
He was at the Hall. He was at
Hall of Fame.
DeMarcus's Hall of Fame.
Okay, that's what it was.
induction.
Yeah.
And got a chance to talk to him there, and he's just... I never really... I mean, I think I'd played against him, but I never really talked to the guy. But he was a great dude. I really enjoyed him, the Brock Weiler. I think part of those reason the Belichick guys is Bill did so much organizationally that it was hard. I don't think he really did a great job of preparing his assistants to be head coaches. Bill Parcells would bring guys in and have them sit in some of the personnel meetings and learn and teach them about some of those things. And so I think he was probably a better conduit to be a head coach than maybe Belichick was during his tenure.
Okay. That makes sense. All right, coming up next. By the way, thank you for the CJ Hicks sound on the Bobby Carpenter Show. We appreciate that, Bob. Or I appreciate it. I shouldn't say we. I'm not going to speak for Beamer. I appreciate it. Anyway, coming up next, Austin Ward joins us. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Every successful franchise in sports has a long-term vision, and behind that long-term vision are the people executing the plan. In the words of the great Woody Hayes, you win with people. It's the same in business and in life. Surround yourself with good people and build strong relationships with those people, and the path to success becomes very clear. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they win with people.
A team's success can be directly tied to the quality of its players, coaches, and leadership. In sports and in business, talent alone doesn't win. It's why we focus on building strong relationships with our clients and why we strive to always offer the best advice, the best products, and the best customer service for our clients.
Thanks, Travis. We want them to focus on their business and their people and let us handle their banking needs.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Attack and dominate, YouTubers. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. That was great sound for CJ Hicks, and now we bring on, really, we'll call another Buckeye too. The very handsome Austin Ward joining us here on YouTube. If you see it out there, Austin, how are you today, my friend? And it's about to get going here for you. How are you prepping for the season?
Yeah, good morning. It's wonderful to be here. Things are awesome because we are inside a week from Big Ten Media Days. We've got 2 weeks until the start of training camp. So really just making sure that the last few days off are scheduled because then there won't be really any more of them come July 31st until hopefully late in January. So excited to be busy, excited to cover it, and excited to Tito tap into a bunch of new ways to do that right here at the Fan.
How excited are you for Media Days, Austin?
Bob.
Getting a chance to listen to Tony Petitti up there at the mic, try to espouse the 4-4-2-2, 1-3-1 zone. I mean, that sounds like it's going to be great.
Here's what I'll say, Bob. I am excited for new conversations about ball. I am excited. I actually am looking forward to hearing from Tony Petitti because I don't know. He might go full-on filibuster Kevin Warren's first State of the Big Ten address style because I don't know that he wants to take any questions given the way the rest of college football has turned against him. That has been one of the more fascinating front office subplots of this offseason is how Greg Sankey and the SEC have just been able to amass this power, Game of Thrones style, behind Tony Petitti's back after it seemed like they were all going to get along and they were going to put together this expansion plan for the college football playoff, and everyone was going to be hunky-dory and singing Kumbaya. And now it's like, you know what? We don't like this Tony Petitti guy. He's trying to hurt the ACC, and he's trying to punish the Big 12, and how dare he try to take over college football like this? So I wonder how he'll respond to that. I wonder how he'll absorb the criticism, because he's not the one that's trying to make all of these decisions alone. Clearly there's support across the Big Ten for the 4-4-2-2-1 plan and having championship play-in games on 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5 and automatic bids. Clearly he's advocating for a league that wants that. So I don't think it's purely his decision alone, but he's going to be the one that has to go out there and explain why and how he could get that done when it seems like the rest of college football is against that plan. There are things that he's going to rightfully celebrate. He's going to waste 15 minutes talking about the championships that have been won in other sports in the Big Ten. I know that. That's how this goes every single year. He's going to sing the praises of the broadcast deals and celebrate that this is the highest revenue producing sport conference in the sport. But there are so many other things that are going on about college athletics that are difficult to explain. I'm pretty fascinated to see how he responds to all of that, because this isn't his actual background in terms of administration of the day-to-day sports. I would much rather hear from Ross Bjork on some of those matters than Tony Petitti, but what the commissioner of the Big Ten says always is going to carry a lot of weight, especially if he rarely ever speaks in public.
He is one half of The Beat with Austin and Berm, now available on 10 TV Plus app. Make sure you download the free app. What do you think is more likely then for the 2026 season, I guess? So not this season, but the following season. Do you think more likely to have a 5+11, the 4-4-2-2-1-1, 3-4-7-9-8, or it'll stay at 12 teams?
It feels, Tito, like we're staying at 12 based on the lack of traction forward that ever is going on here, because it only ultimately matters what the SEC and Big Ten think. They are the decision makers for this. They have all the control for what it's going to look like. And we're going to find out what kind of negotiator or how much flexibility Tony Petitti has, whether that's Tuesday or whether that's by December when some of these deadlines for 2026 start to come into place. Even though the math is ridiculous for the 12-team playoff and the buys didn't work and not having the top 4 seeds get to play at home, even though there's dozens of problems that you can just see right on the surface that I don't really know why they didn't anticipate them in the first place, one thing that happened with the 12-team playoff in the first year is that it revealed to everyone something that I don't think they wanted to have confirmation of publicly, which is that there's not 12 teams that can win the national championship every year. So guess what? There definitely aren't going to be 16 of them. And so even though they're trying to make more money and create more inventory for the broadcast partners by looking at ways to expand to 16, those first-round games are not going to be competitive in any likelihood. The first-round games weren't in the 12-team model, and they didn't break the television ratings monitor. The Nielsen needle didn't fall off when you were watching Penn State and SMU, mostly because people turned that game off after about 6 minutes of action in the first quarter. And all of those games, outside of Notre Dame and Bodie's team letting Indiana back in it on that Friday night, most people were just looking at this like, well, why did we go to 12? These teams have no chance of actually winning and getting to the championship game. So that was an inadvertent own goal, I think, by everyone who's fighting and saying, well, more teams need more opportunities to compete for the national championship. The truth of the matter is that they don't. So if they stay at 12, I would actually be fine with that. I don't know why we skipped past 8 to go to 12 in the first place.
Well, more teams, more money, Austin. I mean, that's what everybody wants.
Well, I know aside from that, Bob, the obvious, but if you're trying to make a competitive format, they didn't even try one that made a ton of sense and was going to generate you more money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Bigger is better, I guess. It's interesting, Austin. I had Carson Hinsman and C.J. Hicks on my podcast, the Bobby Carpenter Show, the last 2 days. And what's interesting, both of those guys have kind of had a circuitous route to where they're at now. Look at Carson, I think is probably one of the favorites to win the Remington this year with, how well he played last year and what he's done, but wasn't the starter to start last season and only came to his position through multiple injuries after starting in 2023. And then you look at CJ Hicks, a wildly successful high school, highly recruited player, has been here, now moving to edge, from linebacker, and never really kind of found his footing at linebacker. And I asked the guys why they stayed. And it's interesting, in an era when you could just leave and go somewhere else and probably, Austin, be compensated significantly more than they were getting here, why they stayed. Are you surprised at guys like that chose not to maybe leave at different points in their career?
I try not to put it in terms of surprise. Like, I don't think my baseline expectation is the people that choose Ohio State are looking to leave. So yeah, there's an element of that when those decisions are made in that direction year after year, Bob, where you have to say, I definitely thought there was an opportunity that they might not stick around because this happened, that happened. This is the playing time situation. Here's what the depth chart has looked like. Carson Hinsman is, the part that you didn't mention a year ago, Bob, is like he had been a starter and then found himself on the bench in the Cotton Bowl, and Ohio State recruited somebody or out of the transfer portal, a veteran, to take his job. And that guy wound up being key to the team and winning the Remington Trophy himself and Seth McLaughlin. But that's like, well, he had an opportunity to leave after spring camp after seeing that or beforehand. So the word surprise is probably accurate, but I try to view it from a level of appreciation. Like these guys made a decision to come to Ohio State. They have runway in front of them where they can still make their dreams come true. They can still accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. Bob, you know this. You've been around these players and you were one yourself who made this decision. If you elect voluntarily to come to Ohio State, whether this is pre or post NIL, any period in Ohio State history, you are understanding what the level of responsibility, what the level of competition is like, what the level of scrutiny is like. It takes a special person to want to do that in the first place. And so sometimes it's like it becomes more of a surprise to me when guys leave, because I know how difficult it is for them to make the decision to walk away from something that they desperately wanted, and that that's not a decision that anybody arrives at easily, just like it's not simple to say, you know what, I'm cut out for Ohio State. I think I can handle all those things that they're describing to me in my recruitment. And especially when you're talking about a team right now in this era where they've made it pretty clear that you're going to get paid, but only once you earn it. Your recruitment is not going to come down to Ohio State simply being the highest bidder for your services. So I think that may sound like too optimistic of a take for the portal era, but that's how I feel. I appreciate CJ Hicks and Carson Hinsman for the journey that they've been on. I wouldn't hold it against them if they decided, you know what, this probably is no longer what's best for me or what I want. People are welcome to change their mind. I'm not saying that once you commit to Ohio State, you absolutely have to finish your career here. Joe Burrow is probably the most famous example of that, of wanting to see it through, getting an Ohio State degree, recognizing that there was probably not going to be a viable opportunity for him to play anymore the way that he envisioned, but he chased that dream as long as he could, and then he had to find a new one. And guess what? That worked out really well for him, not just trying to leave at the first available opportunity. Now, I know the situation is different now in college football than when Joe Burrow left, but I think it applies pretty well today and still holds up as a decision that you can use. So guys are welcome to make whatever decision is best for them. I don't have any issue with it, but I try not to view it from a level of, boy, why didn't you leave? It's more like I'd rather ask those questions of guys when they decide that is what they want to do, and if they leave. And for the ones that stay, like CJ Hicks or Carson Hinsman or Jermaine Matthews or Bryson Rogers going in the portal and popping back out, I'd rather view it from maybe that more optimistic perspective and tip my hat to to that decision to remain competitive in the Woody.
Also, if Tim May ever actually retires and stops going to press conferences, who's most likely to get the last question in every time to take his mantle from that?
I think he's going to be filling in on the radio all next week and not in Las Vegas. So I guess we're going to find out quickly who wants to cap off those press conferences. I don't know. I mean, I think in terms of a couple quickies and going to get 3 or 4 rattled off in a row.
Yes.
I don't know who wants that responsibility. It's just easier to bank on Tim May doing that. So maybe he can't really retire. If someone needs to do it, I certainly have enough questions in the chamber to end those press conferences and would be more than happy to supply that sound if that's the case. So, it's kind of crazy to me, Tito, that Tim May has done this as long as he has. It's starting to feel like I've been here a long time, but this is going to be 14 years covering Ohio State for me, and I'd still have 40. To do this for. I'd have to do it for as long as I've been alive, basically to match what Tim May has done. So I don't know who it'll be, but we're also in this transition period where Jerry Emig is actually going to retire after this season, and so there's going to be a whole lot of new feelings and new roster movements going on down there in the team room when we get those interviews going again next season, and that is difficult to think about.
Hey, also one more quick one. Hang on, one more note. Thanks for the time, buddy. We appreciate it. He's one half of the Beat with Austin and Berm, now available on 10 TV Plus app, and also Austin and Berm. Search that wherever you get your podcast. Appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you Friday. You're filling in Friday for Bobby. Me and you for a full 2 hours.
Yeah, I didn't think Bob took days off, but I guess I'll slide in there.
He'll probably show up anyway. He's like Tim May. All right, we'll talk to you.
See you guys.
There he is. Do you need a bank that truly values business in this town and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Well, if you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep it up and running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank has a tailored solution to fit your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in and get to know them in person at 6300 France Road, Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we'll close things out next. Tell you what's got us juiced. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know what it's like to be stuck in that cycle of pain where you're trying to get better. You keep going to the doctor, steroid shots, surgeries. Do not go down that road anymore. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics. They will help treat you without going under the knife and without the meds. QC Kinetics are the leaders in regenerative medicine to help your body heal itself. And I should know, I've been a client there, and they helped me with my knee get back to the running in the summer and going whitewater rafting and all of the things that you enjoy. And this is the critical part about my friends with QC. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. That's peace of mind. It's not just a number. They're trying to help you. They're the second opinion that you're looking for to keep you from getting under the knife. To find out if you're a good candidate, go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. The consultation is free, or call 380-2845-44. That's 380-2845-44. They have offices all over Central Ohio. So go check them out.
Hey there. Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Event Risk. What keeps you up at night? Visit eventriskinc.com.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Microphones were off there, right, Bodie? Right? If not, this could be the last show. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. Every day at this time. By the way, thank you to Austin for joining us there, and also to John Gerber earlier, the golf betting expert for us. But let's tell you what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Oh, Bobby, it's a Wednesday. I think that means we look to you first for the wisdom.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any wisdom coming today. This will be the final conclusion. My kids, they've got their championship swim meet for my mom today out in Dresden. So heading out there after this for that. You're gonna get
East side.
Yeah, way east side
Shout
out there. Yeah, I mean, coming from a dude that's the Lakewood man over
That's
here.
right.
Cruising down 161, get a chance to see my cousins and some of my friends, family over there as well. So should be a lot of fun heading over there. Hopefully it doesn't rain out in the afternoon. That will not be a great thing. So that has got me juiced. Had their banquet last night for our team up here, and the kids had a good time. They enjoyed it. Caleb was running around. He wore a suit to the banquet. He likes wearing a suit.
He does. He told me that before. He has told me that before.
He enjoys the suit. They had to get him a new one. He's outgrowing his other one. So slipped that thing on. Look good. And then I'm like, buddy, they're going to swim after the party. He's like, no, I'm not bringing a swimsuit. I'm not getting in. We brought him a swimsuit just in case. And you know what? He got in. So as I figured that would happen.
Good job out of you, Bob.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of experience. When you see things that on the horizon that you know are going to happen. So we got to do that, had a good time. Sat there and talked to my boy Nuge. It's funny because his oldest daughter is my youngest son's age. So it's fun always catching up with him and telling some stories and talking about the good old days and everything that's going on. And just looking forward to this tomorrow as well. My brother's coming into town from Grand Rapids. I get to see him far too little at this point in our lives. So excited to catch up with him and put together some stuff with that. And you know what? I really wanted a nap yesterday, and I didn't have a chance to get one, but I got a lot of reading in. And so I'm trying to I've been a little behind on my book pace for this year. My goal is always 6 to 8, but I like to read 10 to 12. And so I need to get a couple books done here this month. So I've been leaning into that, taking some time off next week, and hopefully that'll happen. So that all has me juiced in a positive way. And we got our sump pump replaced, which was key by my guys over at Carpenter. They did a great job yesterday flipping that out and getting all of that taken care of. Bodie, what Shelley's got to say?
After I graduated, doing 7 years of college and only walked away with an undergraduate and 2 minors. The spring game.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years. So
yeah, doctors.
Yeah, they're called doctors.
I mean, it was like a real life Tommy boy is what that was.
Yeah, exactly. I got one thing for you guys today. I saw this on Twitter yesterday, just another sign that we are inching our way closer to the college football season and the football season in general. The SEC on ABC theme song was released. Oh. It is, of course, a country music song because down in the South, that's what they like, I think, the most. I don't know. Never really lived down there, but seems to fit the bill, fit the theme. It is called The Backup Plan. That's the song by Bailey Zimmerman and Luke Combs. Saw it on Twitter yesterday. Thought we can maybe have a little bit of a listen to it here.
Oh, yeah.
Buckle up for all the intensity you'd expect in the Southeastern Conference. The new season. So y'all need to bring it. Come on, let's go.
So your bag's backed up against the wall.
Leonard on 3rd down and 7. Georgia needs a stop.
He hurdles Malachi Starks and has a first down.
Tito, right as he turned the corner after outrunning 2 Georgia Bulldogs,
yes,
he was about to meet Malachi Starks head on at that first down marker, and he just launched his body forward. You know why? Because when you believe in the one play, one life motto,
yes,
every play is life or death.
And it just matters more.
It just matters more in South Bend, baby.
Did that start out with the first 2 words of that theme song, Buckle Up?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I just saw it on Twitter, and I was like, you know what? This is going to have me juiced tomorrow. All right, let's play it again.
Buckle up for all the intensity you'd expect.
That's just Chris Fowler.
Yes. I understand, but that's, if I'm Mecca Don, I'm taking.
That's true, yeah. So it just means more and buckle up. They're trying to take that from.
They're trying to steal it. That's what they're trying to do there.
Here in the Midwest. Tito.
Yes.
Other than Riley Leonard, one play, one life. What has you juiced?
What's got me juiced? I got some news that one of the kids who I used to, I would say coach, but I didn't coach him. I was a statistician, but got to know him on the youth baseball team who's playing in minor league ball right now for the White Sox.
Did you wear a uniform?
No, I didn't. It wasn't high school. It was like the travel ball stuff.
Yeah,
so
but
no.
I mean, listen, if you're going to coach baseball, you need to wear the jersey and the pants.
Do you think they should still do that, or should baseball managers get out of the
uniform? I think all
uniform?
sports should do it.
That's what I'm leaning back into.
You're the other way on that, then.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to see Steve Kerr out there in a cutoff tank top?
I think that...
Imagine Ryan Day and Steve Sarkisian going out for the pregame handshake.
Some tight pants on.
Some of those managers in the 60s and 70s, especially the 70s for baseball, they really...
Lou Piniella getting out there.
Oh, there was a guy for the Cubs named Herman Franks, and that just sounds like a fat guy. And he was. He really filled out a uniform.
They called him Ballpark Franks, I heard.
Yes, that's what it was, yes. Anyway, so no, I did wear the uniform.
Wrap him up in a bun.
Ethan Hammerberg went to UA and then Ohio State. He come back from Tommy John surgery. He missed a significant amount of time from that, but he was hitting 97 on the gun last night, so he's fully back. This kid's like 6'5", 250 pounds. He's a reliever.
Lefty?
He is a
reliever.
He's a righty.
Okay,
but
that's all right.
He, I think in his professional career, he pitched a little bit and then got hurt and then came back. But he's got something, like his strikeouts to innings ratio. He averages like almost 2 strikeouts an inning for high pitches. He really brings it. So the Tommy John surgery, obviously successful there with him. He's doing well right now, so I'm excited to see that. What else has me juiced? You know, Bob, I hate to see you go, but I like to watch it when you leave. Heather and the kids are going out of town today for a couple of days. They're going to, I think, the Geneva on the Lake, which I've never been to before, by Lake Erie, I guess. But they're going to go up there for a couple of days with Heather's parents. And
sounds good. Great. So what are you going to do? Watch more old sporting events? Read some old books?
I will tell you what I'm going to do the same thing I always do.
1987 NFL preview.
I'm going to do the same thing I always do when the wife and kids are gone. Whatever the hell I want. That's what I'm going to do.
What I just mentioned.
Yes. So, actually, it's probably true. And you know what? It's funny you said, because I've got the 1989 Street and Smiths I found the other day in one of my bins, where it previewing the college football season.
Absolutely.
And watching that.
Kirk Herbstreit playing quarterback for the Buckeyes.
Always a great read, those things. And I've also read the 1978 baseball preview book I got from Xander Hollander. I watched that. I read that as well. I like to do that. Artie actually started reading like the 1980 NFL one.
Perfect.
And so he'll ask me questions about players from back then, like was this guy really good, or what happened to this guy? Is this guy in the Hall of Fame and things like that? So I'm training him to be have as much useless information as I do, while he's teaching me about the numbers of presidents and which ones died from eating cherries and drinking bad milk or whatever it was.
Tito, if you're bored today, Chest and Arms Day.
You know what? As much as I'd like to do that.
You got all this free time now.
Well,
I forgot my headphones when I went to the gym on Monday.
Like a psychopath.
I could have used you, Tito.
Oh,
I was just me and the hack squat, my thoughts.
Yeah, just raw dog.
Sometimes when you're alone, Tito, all you do is think. That's all I could do was think on Monday.
I love the amount of Bon Jovi references you pull out. For a dude under 30, that's pretty impressive.
But if I was are you the kind of person in the gym, if you're working out with somebody else, say a friend or something, do you find yourself talking a lot? Or you're just like, leave me the hell alone. I know we're here together, but I'm in my zone kind of thing?
I've never gone to the gym with anybody, and if you want to go, Tito, I'll take you. But I'm going to have headphones in. And
it's going to be work.
It's going to be hand signals. We'll communicate like apes.
I've got a little bit.
And not the ones that take over the world who start talking and whatnot, like Caesar. But
I'm getting a haircut today too, Bob. About time. Nice. It's long overdue. But I'm at the point where I'm almost, I think, getting to the point where I could get the perm if I wanted to. I'm almost there.
Bring it back, dude. Some juicy Jerry's.
I brought it up to Heather in the car the other day, and she actually did not say, there's no way in hell you're doing that. She actually, I don't want to say she seemed resigned to it.
Younger brother, when he was playing at Cincinnati in circa like 2004 or 5, got a perm.
Okay.
All this, lifestyles, they always roll back around.
My dad had a perm
I've
in
seen
like the late 80s,
big
early
clothes
90s.
start to come back.
The big clothes are back.
Yeah. So maybe, I think we're 2-3 years away from the NBA draft, looking like 03, where LeBron looks like he's got about a quadruple XL suit on.
By the way, Bodie, I don't know if I have told you this. Do you know, I got a perm when I was in the 4th grade.
Nice.
And
how'd that go?
I never did anything with it. It would just look.
Never did it. What does that mean?
I did use a pick and try to make it. It looked like I'd always
the
forever.
purpose of the perm is you just have to put a little water on it. It just poofs right up.
Right, I know. But mine
you ever have a mullet?
You still, I never had. My dad would not get hair long enough for a mullet when I got older. Wow. But
my brother had the mullet perm. It was like AC Slater, dude. Right. It was amazing. I'll have to bring in a picture. It was straight up AC Slater. It was sweet.
The reason I got the perm, though, Bodie, in the 4th grade in 1980 was because...
What player had a perm?
No, that's the sad about this. Because my dad and uncles got perms.
Nice.
Yeah.
My dad and 3 of my uncles on my dad's side, they all got perms, and I thought it was cool, so I did that.
I still think it's cool. If you walked in here with a perm, I'd be like, wow. Yeah, I might grow one with you, Tito.
There you go. See, now we're talking here. But I got my hair cut today. By the way, I lost a contact on the drive in today.
How?
It just it kind of popped out a little bit, and then I couldn't see where it went because anyway. But
didn't have it in.
I'm reading the chat, so you see me leaning forward quite a bit during the show to read the chat.
Close your other eye.
Listen, though, this is the funny thing is, I thought Patrick, Bodie's buddy from Notre Dame, said Tito's awesome. And I thought it's very nice of him to say. Then I looked closer and it said, that's awesome. So I didn't read it correctly. But I thought he said Tito's awesome at first, which he did not. So
I think you're awesome, too.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's been a great show. Thank you to all the chatters. Thank you to Gerb. Thank you to Austin Ward. Gerber's picks will be at J Gerber PGA Pro. Follow it there, and you can make some money this weekend, hopefully. Tomorrow we're back with Albert Breer. It'll be Morning Juice on the Fan.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be a son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. the outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at